brand new album, Sammy Hagar, Eagles Fly, on Rockline and the Global Satellite Network. I'm Bob Coburn. Sammy, you wouldn't have any idea at all why we lost the feed from San Francisco, would you?
Well, I have to tell what happened. This guy come in here and told me that there's a lot of people trying to call straight into here to talk to us. So I said, well, let me talk to them while this other stuff's going. You know, I got to talk to my people, right? So I go pushing buttons, but it was the phone lines that connect us to the rest of the world, and that kind of shut us off. So I'll leave the phones alone, but I'm sorry if I didn't get to them.
Actually, he called home. He had to call his mom.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. Let's go back a song, though, to Dreams by Van Halen. I was going to ask Eddie about this, the Navy Blue Angel Flyers. There's a video that is one of the best I've ever seen, but I guess it was done independent from the band. How did that come about, and did you give them permission to do that? What's the story there, Eddie?
No, they really, all the Flyers, they really dig the song, and they wanted to make a video, and they asked us if they could use the song. We said, sure, go ahead on. And funny thing is, they're threatening to take me up in one of them planes. I don't want to eat lunch before that.
Yeah, I'd go in 2 seconds, man. I tell you that video is now used by the Navy, Douglas Aircraft, Ford, Sears, Federal Express, Frito-Lay, and Coca-Cola to begin their corporate meetings to really jack everybody up and get them in a good frame of mind. Man. It's a great piece of work.
It was just supposed to be used for a 4th of July special, and then MTV kind of, I guess they got a lot of requests for it, so they played it a lot.
It sure did grab me. Let's move on here. Let's take a call from Lincoln, Nebraska now as we talk to Troy. He's listening to Q102. Troy, you're on with Sammy Hagar and Eddie Van Halen.
Hi, Sammy.
How you doing there, Troy?
Good. I'd like to say two things to you. First of all, I'd like to know what it's like to work with such a great musician as Eddie Van Halen.
Well, I'll tell you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, right. In all honesty, as soon as I got together with these guys and Eddie started playing, as well as Alex and Michael, I mean, I'm telling you, these three guys are the hottest three musicians together of any rock and roll band that I've ever, sat down in the same room and heard these guys play. And it's honestly a real inspiring situation to be around Eddie playing.
I'd say all four of us get pretty intense.
And Troy,
when I pick up a guitar around Eddie, though, it's a little bit intimidating, but other than that, it's great.
Troy, question number 2.
It's not a question. I'd just like to tell Sammy, since the speed limit's changed to 65, I think his next song should be I Can't Drive 65.
Well, it's pretty obvious. I think next time we do that song in concert, if we do, it'll be, I think everybody will be screaming 65, but we might as well just move it on up to 95 because none of it does me.
Yeah, Sammy can't drive in double digits.
I want to drive 180.
Yeah. There you go, Troy. Thanks for being on.
And by the way, Eddie's got as bad a problem as I do, so let's not put all the blame on me.
Take it easy, Troy.
Thanks, Troy. Let's talk to Larry now in Albany, New York. He's listening to Pix 106. And Larry, you're on the rock line.
How you guys doing?
Great, Larry.
Hey, I want to say, I got two questions, but first of all, I want to say you guys are great, and you're only going to get better with age.
Don't say that word,
I
age.
got my fingers crossed, let me tell you.
No,
I really think so.
First question, these are both directed at both you guys. What's the fastest you guys have ever driven?
Well, this is Sammy talking, 180 for me, and it was quite an experience. It's not, it's scary, I got to tell you.
I haven't done quite that fast. I've done 270 kilometers, whatever that is.
Get out.
That's about 100.
A calculator.
That's about 165.
Times 0.6, 165. Of course, Sammy was in the parking lot of a Safeway when he was going.
I don't even want to tell you where I was, but it was safe as it could be. But that speed is not safe no matter what. And I only did it once, and it was a scary situation. But I had to see how fast my car would go, and that was it.
And number 2 for you, Larry.
Yeah, my second question. Who would either one of you guys, besides yourselves, rank as top guitarists in rock today?
Edward? You want to try that one?
God, I don't know. I like a lot of people.
Edward, you say Sammy, and Sammy, you say Edward. Then you're out of it. Well,
Sammy! I tell you, it's sort of off the beaten path of guitar flash heroes, but one of my favorite guitar players is honestly Billy Gibbons. He just, because he plays so smooth and so
soulful.
He can hang on a note the longest without getting boring for some reason. I think he's a good guitar player because he's got a unique style.
Eddie, you're going to agree with that, or do you want to?
Well, yeah. I mean, I like him. I like more progressive guys like Alan Holdsworth. I like just about anybody.
Good call, Larry. Thanks for being on with us tonight. Let's let Brian have a shot here. He's in San Pedro, California, listening to 95.5 KLOS. Good evening, Brian.
What's going on?
How's it going,
How you doing, Brian?
All I know is whose idea it was to put that real cool sticker on the cover of your new album.
Well, it was actually because it didn't have a title, and I refused to let him put print on that picture. This picture's Annie Leibovitz. She's one of the greatest photographers in the world. When she took this picture, I thought it was so great. I mean, here I am talking about myself, but I really think it's a great picture. Forget me. It's
Great feet on the back, huh?
Right. So I didn't want to put my name or anything on the record, so they stickered it so that when you peel the shrink wrap off, there's no name or no title. But as soon as the contest that's happening on MTV, as soon as they pick a title, we are going to print a title, but it will be the same way. It'll be on the shrink wrap. And
then they're going to have another contest trying to figure out whose feet they really are on the back.
That's putting a sticker on that picture. The photograph is like, taking Eddie's guitar solo and putting a horn solo over the top of it or something, bumping into it,
Brian,
great portrait.
There you go. That was a good question. Thank you. And Annie is just probably the best in the rock and roll business, without a doubt. Let's talk to Vicky now up in Vancouver, BC. She's listening to CFOX FM 99. Hi, Vicky.
Hi.
Hi, ooh, Vicky's been drinking Jolt too, huh?
Hi, Vicky. Do you feel the comparison against David Lee Roth has ended and that you can make Van Halen a better band now?
Well, I would hope that, Van Halen will always become a better band, even if it would have been someone else, because it's a progressive band. But the feud between us or any kind of competition, it's really over. I think we made we made a record, we made a tour. He did a record, he did a tour, and,
we're doing our thing, he's doing his.
Yeah, there's really no, that's not carrying on in our camp anyway. And if it's carrying on, then it's only carrying on one side. There's really no animosity there anymore. It's like, it's over. We're a new band, and we just want to get on with it.
Well put. Vicky, thank you for your call. We're going to take a brief time out. We'll come back with a brand new song by Sammy Hagar from the new album. Another song about driving as we return on Rockline in just one moment. Call us. We're live, so do so now. It's toll-free from anywhere in North America. 1-800-344-ROCK. We're talking rock and roll on Rockline. Again, welcome back. I'm Bob Coburn. It's an evening with Sammy Hagar and special guest star Edward Van Halen.
There you go.
They are located at 97.3 The Rocker in San Francisco. I'm in our Hollywood Rockline studio. We're about to play Privacy, Sammy, which I said is about driving, but it's about a little more than that, too, isn't it?
Well, it really is, because, my car, I just remember the first time I got a car when I was 16. It wasn't much of a car, but I tell you, it got me out of the house where I could find some sanctuary away from, when you're in the house cranking the stereo, your mom's yelling out, just too loud, turn that crap down. And, you try to bring, some girl home with you or something. You can't take her in your room. And, you can't do, it's like, it was my first form of really privacy. And that's kind of really what the song's about, more than, it's not really about, people invading my privacy as much as just the police that invade my privacy.
From the new album, Sammy Hagar, that's Privacy on Rockline and the Global Satellite Network. It's an evening with Sammy and special guest Eddie Van Halen. We're back to Los Angeles for the next call as we talk to Claudio. He's listening to 95.5. Hello, Claudio.
Hey, that's great.
This is the guy we buy our cars from.
No. Let me tell you, this guy is responsible for me being in Van Halen. That is no jive.
Hey,
Claudio, how you doing? This is great. How'd you get through? You must have pulled some strings.
Sammy. Hey.
Oh, this is Michael. Wait a minute, this guy. Oh, it's Mike. He got us, Michael. We'll kill you, man. It's Michael. I know it is.
Is this Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Michael Anthony from Van Halen. All right.
Oh, man.
No problem. Bob, I'm sitting there at my house. I got the flashlight. I'm watching the grass grow, right?
Polishing your cars, right?
Oh, man.
I heard Ed get on, and I said, this is a family affair.
Mike, that was the best Claudio you've ever done.
I swear to God.
Mike, his phone message is Claudio's voice, and anytime I call his house, he calls me up, he'll try to say it's Claudio. He gets me. That was the best one, though, over this. That was the best one.
That was, give me 5 on that one, Mike.
What's that, a big M.A.?
Hey, like I said, I'm just sitting here. I don't want to keep you too long, I just had one question for you guys. I had a question for Sammy, actually.
Yes, can I help you, Mike? It was Mike, right? Mike? Yeah.
How's your new Ferrari running, Sammy?
What?
Sammy, I just want to know, when's Van Halen going to do another record? I need to work.
See, Michael and Alex are going crazy because Eddie and I have been working like our tails off, right? And these guys are bored to death. We're overworked, so it's like there's a big clash right now. As you can hear, like we're not getting along, right, Mike? We're really having problems in the band, right, Mike?
Look at these guys vacationing, whatever, and Al and I are sitting at home going, I got to
play. Maybe I'll go to a club. Maybe someone will notice me. I'll go up and play.
That's great. You just did that the other night, didn't you, with Bon Jovi?
Oh, man. Hey, Mike, you're hogging up all the airwaves here. Look at this, man.
Michael, thanks.
Jovi had to put the boys in their place.
Mike, look, take Remy, give Remy a good twist, man. Grab him by that little stub tail of his, man, and give him a little wank, man, all right?
And Sammy, and I just want to say, I don't care what anybody says, that you guys are great.
All right, Mike.
Mike, you're in trouble, man. We're going to come back down to L.A. and bring you, man.
I'll give you a call when I get home.
Okay.
Thanks, Michael. Say hi to Alex for me, all right?
Bye, Mike.
Bye-bye. That was
Alex
great.
is in Canada, actually, man. That was
He could talk. He could call, too, actually.
Yeah, he could call, too.
Come on,
yeah.
Big Al, get on the horn.
Yeah, get on the line there, Alex. Let's move on now to San Francisco, which is where my guests are this evening. I'm down here in Hollywood. This gentleman's name is Bob, as well as mine is. He's listening to 97.3 The Rocker. Bob, you're on with us.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good,
Pretty
Bob.
good.
All right, I think you guys are great.
Thanks,
No,
Bob.
this is really Claudio, right?
Yeah,
now.
this is...
All right, my question is, what song did you like of David Thoner when you decided on David to produce for you? This is the Sammy?
Yeah, well, actually, Dave went through... he was recommended by Mick Jones a long time ago, and so everyone was saying how great he was, and I'm one of them guys I never know who did anything. You know, I'm almost as bad as Eddie, almost. And so finally he was recommended, so I'm talking to him, and I said, you know, like that drum sound, you know, on the Cougar Pink House's song, and had a real nice reel. He goes, yeah, I did that. I go, oh, wow, great. And I said, you know, on that guitar sound on the Def Leppard thing, yeah, I did that. I go, oh, you're kidding. So it was like, you know, the guy had done almost everything that I pointed to, that I said, you know, I'd kind of like the record to kind of sound like this, rich this way, and kind of, you know, nice and close mic this way.
And then I walked in and ruined it all. No.
No, and then I told Edward everyone that he had done, right? And Edward goes, who? So,
There you go, Bob. Good call. Thanks. Call us again sometime. Let's head to the heartland here as we talk to Todd. He's listening to Q102 in Lincoln, Nebraska, and you're on the Rockline, Todd.
How's it going, guys?
pretty good, I think.
That's good to be talking to you. My question's for Sammy. Since you've been with Van Halen, has it affected your style in any way?
It's a funny thing, because I think this record is more like me, like my own style, than any record I've ever made. So I can say it's affected me in a lot of ways. I think my writing's gotten better, and my singing's gotten better, and actually my guitar playing's gotten better. But in a funny way, it's gotten better in more personal way. So it's yes, it has.
He walks a little different.
Yeah, I walk different. I got different shoes. You know?
There you go, Todd. Go ahead,
It's been inspiring. It really has.
It sounds like it. Todd, thanks for your call. We'll take a brief time out. We'll come back in a moment, and we will
No more
devote
tough questions, Bob. Weed them out. Weed them out.
Okay. No more tough ones. We will devote the entire last part of Rockline to talking to Sammy Hagar and Edward Van Halen. And your number's toll-free, so give us a call. 1-800-344-ROCK. It's Rockline. I'm Bob Coburn. It's an evening with Sammy Hagar with special guest star Edward Van Halen. Our next call is from Vancouver, British Columbia. We're going to talk to a gentleman named Craig. He is listening to CFOX FM 99. Craig, you're on the Rockline with us.
How you doing?
Hi there.
Big Craig, you're up there with Alex, man. Have you seen him?
What's that?
You're up there with Alex Van Halen. You must have seen him. Just go down to the local bar and you...
Eddie, did you play bass on the Over the Top soundtrack?
Yeah, I play bass on that, too.
Yeah, was it a fretless bass?
A fretless? No.
It wasn't.
No, regular old bass.
Okay, and
I was kind of playing slippery, though, you know.
Yes, at least.
and I was gonna ask how Claudio's Zampoli was doing, but Mike sort of.
He fooled you, too, huh?
That was great, man.
Okay, nice talking to you guys.
There you go,
All right,
Craig.
have a good
Thanks.
one.
Eddie, how long have you been playing bass? You're really quite good at it.
Oh, God, just off and on, you know, I noodle around in my studio at home, you know. This is really the first thing on record that I've done.
Well, an auspicious debut, to say the least. Let's talk to Dave now. He is in Chicago listening to the Loop FM 99. Dave, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, Sam Ed, how are you guys?
We're doing great so far. I think, you know, we're about ready to go to sleep here, I think, right?
He is, I'm not.
He needs more Jolt Cola up there.
I'm finishing up my
Ed
second
just
can
got
of
up.
Jolt.
I'm getting ready to go to sleep, be honest with you.
Yeah, you want some more Jolt, man?
No, man.
Yeah, I got
Yo, what's happening? Question, huh? No?
Yeah.
Oh,
First
there
of all,
you go.
Stand at the Same Old Crossroads is really amazing. It sounds like really bluesy. I was wondering if you could tell me how you were inspired to create that.
Well, I was actually warming up to do the slide solo on...
Privacy.
Yeah, the background stuff on Privacy, right, the fills. And I was just jamming, had a good sound, you know, and I was just kind of blowing and jamming. And Eddie goes, hey, man, it sounds great, you know. So we just started rolling tape. and I wrote lyrics right there on the spot and just kind of did it more like a blues kind of thing for real, like just making things up and just kind of
winging it, yeah.
But it's about 20 minutes long originally. And let me tell you, we had to cut the hell out of it to make it work, but or make it make any sense. But it really was. That was a spontaneous jam that was not planned. And I said, hey, let's throw it on the record, and everyone thought it was cool. So
it's called freestyle jazz. No.
Well, I grew up on blues stuff like that, so it was kind of easy to reach back and grab a hold of that one.
You did keep the overdubs to a minimum and go for a live feel on this album anyhow, didn't you?
Yeah, that was Eddie's idea, and I really like it that way. I've never done it that way. Other producers that I've worked with usually like to overdub a little more, and Eddie's always going, "No, man, that sounds a great run." I'm going, "Yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable with it, but boy, I'm so happy with the way it sounds."
I like it raw.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Dave, thanks for your call. I think I called the Loop.
That way.
I think I called the Loop FM 99. Of course, this is the Loop FM 98. I'm sorry for that. We're going to talk to Greg now in Fresno, California, listening to 106 KKDJ. Greg, good evening.
Hi.
How you doing, Greg? I was just down here near you yesterday. I was at Lake Sonora. I got to say hi to my friends Kevin Cogan out there. They took me up in a parachute on the back of a boat and water jet skiing and me to death. Man, they about killed me, but anyway. So I was out there. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Great.
All right. What was the hardest transition for you to make from going to Montrose to solo, from solo to Van Halen?
Montrose to solo, no question about it. The Van Halen thing came so natural. It was so easy. But after Montrose, I was real insecure. I was scared, Montrose at that time really hadn't sold any records. We weren't like a big band where I could say, hey, the former lead singer of Montrose. People go, who? Much less Sammy, who. So it was real scary doing that. And it was a long, hard climb, too, I got to say. My first couple albums didn't do wonderful or anything, like 25,000 records or something, my first solo album. So it was scary, and it proved to be scary for a while, but the creativity part of it, I was so happy that I was just getting to do everything I wanted to do. But the Van Halen thing was a piece of cake, man. It was like I just remained myself and fit right in. It's like there was this little slot that like they had molded, made a mold, and I walked into it. It was great.
We were just waiting on them.
There you go, Greg. Thank you for your call. We appreciate it. And I want to thank both of you gentlemen for being on tonight. Sammy, obviously, I knew you were going to be on. Eddie, it was a real treat to have you here, too. Have you done any work at all on Van Halen? I understand you've been busy with Sammy's record, but where do you stand on the forthcoming Van Halen record?
I got quite a few, musical ideas down on tape, ready for Sammy to get to work on.
On the road, we had 3 or 4 things that were, like working ideas that I thought were really great. So I'll tell you, I'm looking so forward to doing the Van Halen record after working with Eddie on my record and then doing the Van Halen record. This next one's going to be like the 3rd Van Halen record, and it's in a way because our working relationship is so good. And Michael, he was singing backup a little bit on the record. Alex was there half the time in the studio, so the 4 of us kind of, got closer, and it's going to be real.
It sounds like it. I want to thank you both for being here. We're out of time. Satellite's going to cut us off. Thank you, gentlemen, both.
Wish you happy birthday tomorroh.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Happy
Thanks.
birthday, Bob.
Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you when you come back down south, all right?
Another day older, in.
Thanks to everybody for listening and for calling tonight, and thank you for your cards and letters, too. Our address is P.O. Box 4.